What up? What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Modi J, and this is the Mo You Know. If you haven't heard, we have a new president that's been in office for around 60 days, and he just implemented something that we never thought we'd be going back to. Well, the federal ban on segregation has been uplifted for federal contractors, meaning you can have your own bathroom, your own lunchroom, your own waiting rooms. Yes, this is 2025, and yes, your president, Donald J. Trump, has officially removed the ban. Now, before we jump into this and break this down, I'm Modi J. If you like this kind of content, if you have articles you'd like for me to break down, any news, any media, go ahead and drop that down below. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, hit that like button. I'm on that road to 1,000 subscribers on this channel. So let's jump into it. Segregation has been banned for federal contractors. On NPR.com, the article says, segregated facilities are no longer explicitly banned in federal contracts. Now, it doesn't mean federal jobs. It's just saying federal contractors. So if you have a job through the government, but you aren't a federal employee, then that's what they're saying, because obviously they won't be able to get rid of that for federal employees. But I'm sure that's on their list of Project 2025 things to complete: full segregation, removal of the Department of Education, DEI. It's a lot of stuff, but let's jump into this article. After a recent change by Trump administration, the federal government no longer prohibits contractors from having segregated restaurants, waiting rooms, and drinking fountains. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but this is 2025. I'm not a federal contractor, but if I was, believe me, I'm eating and drinking wherever the hell I want to. There's no such thing as segregated in my book. The segregation clause is one of the several identified in a public memo issued by the GSA General Service Administration last month, affecting all civil federal agencies. The memo explains that it is making changes prompted by President Trump's executive order on diversity, equity, and inclusion, which repealed an executive order signed by President Lyndon B. Johnson in 1965 regarding federal contractors and non-discrimination. The memo also addresses Trump's executive order on gender identity. They're trying to have their way. A lot of these executive orders, we see that the power isn't really in the president's hand. If it's violating constitutional rights, civil rights, then you see all of these district attorneys, they're going in and putting these lawsuits in and actually trying to stop the president. And right now they're doing a good job. There's over 100 cases against him and his administration, but this looks like it's going to be another one that they're going to potentially block. The Trump administration has announced the federal government will no longer unequivocally prohibit contractors from having segregated restaurants, waiting rooms, and drinking fountains. Now, I don't know what building they're going to go into where, hey, these water fountains are ours, and people are going to actually say, oh, well, damn, let me go down to the other end of the hallway, let alone going into a restaurant, which if you're a federal employee, if you're going on any kind of installation, there's only going to be one of those restaurants. I don't see anybody in 2025 saying, oh, this is a segregated restaurant, let me go somewhere else. The big picture of what's actually going on now is the Civil Rights Act of 1964, as well as many other state laws, still make segregated facilities illegal in all businesses, including federal contractors. And this is exactly what I'm saying about there's not going to be anything segregated. There are laws put in place. Yeah, this may be a federal mandate, but every single federal building is inside of a state, and those states aren't going to allow that. So that's why this is just nonsense, and them trying to throw out as many executive orders that they can to get us confused and to get us to start looking away from different type of things. But this is all just stupid right here. It's just trying to flex your power and owning the libs. Now, I don't know how everyone became so political nowadays, but that's just the world we live in. But the segregation stuff isn't going to last. Critics say that the recent change sends a message about the government's priorities and potentially eliminates a crucial enforcement tool. The change follows Trump administration's reinterpretation of civil rights era laws to focus on anti-white racism rather than discrimination against people of color. If you just read that last sentence, That right there just shows you the level of ignorance that they are in. Civil rights laws eras to focus on anti-white racism rather than discrimination against people of color. Whenever there was anything segregated, it was to keep the people of color out of it. It was to make them go to another end of the restaurant. It was to make them go to another end of the town. It was never anything for the white person not to do. It was always for the person of color. So this right here shows you exactly what they're doing. And for the people that voted for him, the I will vote for Donald Trump. This is what you get right here. Let me know 2025 if you're a federal contractor or just in general. Are you participating in any segregation? Yeah, I said participating because we have our rights, and I honestly know no one's going to say that they will put up with that. But let me know what you think about that. This wasn't that long of an article breakdown. We just got straight to the point. Let me know what your thoughts is on this whole situation. I'm Mo.J. This is the Mo You Know. And if you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out. And if you have any articles or anything you want me to break down, just drop it down below in the comments and I'll be sure to try to get to it and have a video up by the end of the week.